Good afternoon, airsofters. It is Phoenix from Phoenix Rising Airsoft, and today we're going to do a product review of the Barra Schofield Revolver. This is a 5-inch replica for airsoft of the Schofield Revolver. Some of the nice features about this is it is all metal with the exception of this right here, the handle. But the rest of it, other than the two plastic sides, is all metal. It has a nice weight to it, nice feel. Cocking the hammer is amazing. It is also a break action. So that means, unlike other airsoft revolvers, to reload, you open this and the shells will pop out. For simplicity of the video, I'm not going to do that because inside the cylinder right now is 6 of the stock shells that are loaded with a round. So once the product review is done, we can move into the garage and do a chrono on it. Over here, I have 6 low-powered shells. The converted shells are loaded with rounds. In the background, we've got Angry Goat number 1 and his buddy that he picked up at the bar or saloon. And over here, we've got Angry Goat number 2. But let's get back to the Schofield. This comes in 2 versions. You can get the 5-inch like I have right here, or you can get a 7-inch. They are both amazing revolvers. Last year at Balhack's Wild West 2 event, I had 2 of the 7-inch Schofields. They shoot about 70 feet straight as an arrow, give or take 1 or 2 rounds occasionally, might decide to have a mind of its own and just go wherever it wants. But consistently, straight as an arrow. The 5-inch I have range tested in my backyard, which is about 60 feet from fence to fence. And yet again, straight as an arrow with 0.20 gram BBs. And for chronoing, because most fields will chrono with 0.02 BBs, we will be chronoing with the same weight. Also in the background, you might see what looks like a rye whiskey bottle. That is a prop that I made for the Wild West 2. It's just some water with some food coloring, made some labels, slapped them on there. And yes, it is a prop because made sure to put on the back that it is a prop, do not drink. And it is made by Phoenix Rising Airsoft. Future videos, I will do some crafting, some other product reviews, but back to the Schofield. It does have the orange tip, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about that. The grips, you can order from Barra Airgun, replacement ones. You can get them in this color, or you can get them in ivory. This runs on CO2, 12 gram CO2. You just pop this off right here, and there's your CO2. I have already shot about 26 shots through this. I've never had an issue with the 7 inches leaking CO2. Some other companies, after a little bit of time, the magazines or guns where you put the CO2 into the handle will have an issue with leaking. It does come with, like most airsoft guns, all airsoft guns, it does come with an instruction manual. I've been playing for long enough, don't need this. We're just going to throw that away. Another nice thing that was included in the box is it does come with its limited warranty card. You can go online, register it, and if you flip it over, they also give you a limited time offer if you do a review of the product that you will get a free knife of your choice. I did do the review and it took about 4 days for the knife to come in. Super fast turnaround time on that. Good job, Barra. As you can see on the box, it does say 400 FPS out of the box. That is no joke, folks. When you see the chrono, you will understand why with the stock shells and why you have to convert them. It also comes in 3 different versions. You can get this one, and if you can see some of the nice weathering detail on it, on the high areas. This is the weathered metal version. I like it. It gives it some authenticity. You can also get this in a polished silver or just a gunmetal gray. So you have three choices. The price point on the 5-inch Schofield is $120. The 7-inch is $110. That is an amazing price for a solid revolver. You don't have to use it for a Wild West event. You can use it at any event. You know, it is still amazing, still reliable. And if you're going to your secondary, if it's a 1911, if it's a Schofield, a Webley, Elite Force Hater, there's so many pistols out there. This is not just, for a Wild West event, but it does meet the requirements for the weapons restrictions at Balhack's Wild West event. It is a single action. So what that means is when you cock the hammer back, once you fire, because I don't want this shooting the round off, we're going to bring that forward. I'm pulling the trigger. The hammer does not come back. So after each round shot, you have to cock that hammer. Another nice feature, which I used at the Wild 2, I carried a 60-round speed loader with me. So instead of having to pop this open, have the shells fall out on the ground and retrieve them, and reload 6 shells, I'm going to put it on safe, half cock it. The cylinder will move freely. So you can get that nice, cool little, going down your arm, that spin, that Western spin of this one's really needs to be broken in. It is a little tough to get that spin rolling it down your arm, but that's, if you like to, put more realism in it, you can. But what I did is I half cocked it, and I would take the speed loader and I would put one round into the chamber, front of the shell, rotate, and repeat till all 6 shells were reloaded. It's a lot quicker than breaking it open, losing shells on the ground, and reloading. And with these, since it does only come with 6 shells, and they are the high-powered, there are some places, there's very few right now, that do have what is required to turn the stock shells into the low-powered shells. And if you watch my video that I made on how to convert the stock shells into low-powered shells, you need the Dan Wesson low-powered shells. And you just have to remove the reducer out of the tip of the Dan Wesson, remove this tip off and put it in there. That's a quick rundown of it. Another thing, when I took it out of the box, it had a nice, they maintain these, had a nice coat of silicone oil, some sort of an oil base, so it won't rust, so the seals will stay nice and good for you. What I've started using instead of a silicone-based lubricant for the O-rings is I'm using Crosman Pelican oil. The seals, it maintains the seals so much better. I have not had any sleep since I've been off of work, so I may have forgotten to mention. If I did already mention, I'm going to mention it again. And Phoenix is getting old, so his mind starts to slip. You can replace these. If these break, you can get the same one, or you can get a ivory one if you want to look a little classier in the Wild West. And I believe the replacement ones are $10 or $12. If you want to get replacement shells, Barra does carry replacement shells. Keep in mind, you're going to have to get the Dan Wesson low-powered shells. But 6 replacement shells, price point $10. They do offer 3 types of shipping, depending on how quick you need it. Myself, I went for the normal shipping, $5.99. This one right here, it took about a week to come in. That was pretty, for ground shipping UPS, pretty good. They also give you the option to add shipping protection. So if for some reason in shipping your gun gets damaged, it will be replaced. No worries. So I could sit here and talk all day long about this. It has, it does have the sights, so you can sight down it. But what you guys are probably more interested in, other than seeing a cool weathered looking revolver, is what it actually chronos at. So we're going to head out to the garage and we're going to run 6 high powered shells and then 6 low powered shells. That way you'll see the difference. And believe me, most shots are over 460 FPS with the stock shells. So let's move on out to the garage. All right, folks, we're in the garage. I have my makeshift chrono catch set up. I'm at my work desk in the garage, my crafting station, and I will move the camera or move the chrono so you can see what the FPS is. So you're also going to notice that this thing sounds like a cannon going off. So first round. And always when you're chronoing, no matter where you are, make sure to wear your goggles. BBs can ricochet and you don't want to take an eye out. First round coming in at 980.9 FPS. Second round, 462.9. Third round, 948.9. Fourth round, 1,114.9 FPS. And you guys can see how far away from the chrono I am holding the tip of the gun. And round 6, 492 FPS. Last round, I believe. Yes, it's the last round of the high-powered shells. And again, these first 6 shots are the high-powered shells, the stock shells that come with it. Another 492 FPS. Now, over to the low-powered shells, and we'll chrono those 6 shots. All right, airsofters, we have the 6 low-powered shells loaded. Okay, that's coming in at 492. That doesn't sound right. Let me check the chrono. So we're only going to get 5 actual chrono shots off of this. So the last shot may not have chronoed properly of the high powered, but we have 5 more shots. $274.9. $274.9. Again, 274.9. I'm going to move it back a little bit and see. And again, 274.9. $274.9. I don't know if my chrono is having issues. Let me check the cylinder. Okay. I'm going to put 6 more rounds into this, and we're going to do a secondary run on this, so give me 1 moment. All right, airsofters, 6 more rounds loaded. I have raised the chrono unit up a little bit. Let's see what goes on. But before I do these 6 rounds, I will put a link in the description to Barra's website where you can order the 7-inch or the 5-inch Schofield. Please make sure when you are clicking on which one you want to check the description, because they also do offer these in a 1.77 millimeter BB version. You don't want to get one of those. Make sure it is the 0.6 millimeter BB. So the first round. .303. .302.6. 296.3. 296.3. 267.1. And the last one. 287.6. So yes, airsofters, with the low-powered shells, you will be good to use this at any airsoft field. It's an amazing gun, as you can see with the chrono test. You do have to get the shells converted to a low-power shell. But again, I will put a link in the description for Barra's website, so you guys can, if you want to order one, you can go right there and pick yourself up a Schofield. And as always, stay safe, be happy, and play lots of airsoft. See you all at the Wild West 3.